Hello, my fellow humans. Welcome back to scatterlovetarot. It's your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. Today we are going to do what is the gossip currently on you at this time. Keeping in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links below in the description box in order to do so. If you're interested in a personal reading, please shoot me an email and I'll get you out some further information from there. And you guys can always follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio. If you're interested in joining as a member, there's a join button down below where the subscribe button is or used to be. And when you click on that, it will show you the options and the levels that I have available and what comes with each level. You're looking at personalized emojis, personalized badges that get to show up next to your name, membership shoutouts, membership only polls and posts. You'll help determine future pick a card readings for the channel. There are options that have early access to pick a card readings and an option that comes with membership only readings as well. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to support this channel and be part of this ever-growing tribe. I'm so blessed and honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience and that this is a safe space for you to come as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. So let's go ahead and get into our prayer and we're going to get to the reading today. It's going to be a shorter side reading today just due to time constraints, but let's go ahead and get it out. All right. My beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this reading, onto this channel for a moment's time or for the entire time. I pray that you wrap us in understanding right now. There does feel like there's a difficulty across the collective where we're struggling, where we're all experiencing just hardships and the weight of our journey. And I ask at this time that you lift us up into your light and into your love and remind us that we are held and we are supported. Remind us that no matter what's going on outside of us, that we can always turn back within and connect with you and into our higher selves and to know that we are exactly where we're meant to be. I ask that you bring us clarity along this path. I ask that you bring us the truth that is ours to behold. And I ask that you hold us in a space where light will always shine on the steps that we're meant to take forward and make that clear, concise, and in a way that we can receive within our heart space. As these words are spoken unto this reading, so shall they be. Amen, aho, ase. Thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. So let's go ahead and set that up out of the way over here. Okay, and today we're just going to go ahead and use the Earth Magic cards that I have already shuffled. So source for pile number 1, what Earth Magic card will help us better understand what is the gossip about pile number 1 right now? For pile number 1 source, what Earth Magic card will help us better understand? Thank you. And source for pile number 2, what Earth Magic card will better help us understand what is the gossip on pile number 2 right now? Thank you. Okay, and for pile number 3 source, what Earth Magic card will help us better understand the gossip on pile number 3 right now? Thank you. A collective message is that you're coming into a harmonious time. People are noticing how you're very much in a more centered state than what you might have been before. So let's go ahead and get this set up. Okay. I feel like we're a little crooked today. Could be the camera. Hold on. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay, so we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. For pile number 1, we do have this rose quartz for you to choose from. Okay. Pile 2, we have this piece of green aventurine for you to choose from. And pile number 3, we have this piece of crystal quartz for you to choose from. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, whichever one you feel drawn to, I will see you over on that pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this piece of rose quartz, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on what is the gossip on you right now. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to support this channel and be a part of this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this space and this time with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we are all here having this human experience and that this is a safe space for you to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it allows me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you can find all those links below in the description box. You can email me for a personal reading. I'll get you out further information from there. You may also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I do hope to see you there. And memberships are now up and running, so if you're interested in joining, there should be a join button next to where the subscribe button is or used to be. And when you click on that, it will show you the 3 levels I have available, as well as the options that do come with each level. So I do hope to see you over there. And if not, thank you for your continued support here. Let's go ahead and get into the dice. We're going to use the dice today to connect more with your energy right now so that you know if this is the pile for you or not. So Source, what can you tell us about pile number 1 so that they know that this is their reading? What can you tell us about pile number 1, Source, so that they know that this is their reading? What messages do you have for us so that pile number 1 knows that this is their reading? Okay, so we've got 10th house, Taurus energy, and Mars. You are actively seeking recognition in your work. You are trying to become more stable at what it is that you're doing. You know, with the Mars energy here, this is like being very aggressive in your forward motion in work in a good way. Taking leadership, taking accountability, making sure that you are feeling stable as you're moving along here, right? And it does look like it is paying off. Anytime we have the 10th house up, we do see us walking in our path of purpose, your goals, your accomplishments, your long-term goals coming to life. And with Taurus here, it is showing that your loyalty right now is with your work. That's where you're putting your efforts at. That's where you're showing up each and every day. That's where you're putting the most amount of work at, is in your business. This could be your position. This could be, you know, whatever it is that you feel is whatever it feels like you're putting the most amount of attention towards, that's what they're referring to right now. It's showing that you're very loyal, you're very hardworking, you're very dedicated. You're very determined, sometimes albeit stubborn, but you show up with a purpose. And it is being seen in a very clear way that you're ready to take on a very strong, sturdy leadership position here. So let me set these up over here. Get this out of the way. Okay. I feel like something is underneath the cloth here. Is something bothering you? Something's under your skin. That's what I just heard. It was so loud. Something's under your skin. They're saying not to let it get to you. You may be hearing some of the gossip that's going on about you at work. or in regards to just life in general. But let's find out, what is the gossip on pile number 1 right now, Source? What messages would you like to share with us? What is the nitty-gritty gossip on pile number 1, Source? What is the gossip on pile number 1? What is the gossip on pile number 1? Okay, thank you. What is the gossip on pile number 1? Yeah, feeling unclear. You're feeling like you're sabotaging yourself, like you're not doing what you're meant to be doing. They're saying that that's just old belief systems coming out. That's interesting. Source, what is the gossip on pile number 1 right now? Thank you. I feel like that was a message from Source, just to remind you, keep working diligently. Even if you're not seeing results, it doesn't mean that there's not things happening behind the scenes. What is the gossip currently on pile number 1, Source? What others? Okay, thank you. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, yeah, we have the 10 of coins. Yeah, I'm not surprised that this came out. Definitely right now being seen as someone who's achieving a lot in life. You are getting a lot of recognition. You're being seen as someone who's moving up. We have the Nameless card. We have the 5 of Wands. Oh, I like this. Okay. Yeah, and we have the Page of Swords here. You know, this is interesting because you could be pursuing something that most people wouldn't consider like a real job, which anything that you do for work that makes money is considered work. Like, whether people see or understand that or not, that's not for them to decide, right? But there's this energy coming through where it's like they feel like you have changed. They're saying that you changed who you were and that you may have fallen pretty far down the ladder at one point in time, and suddenly now you don't want to face reality anymore. You just want to live in a dream world. But they're also noticing that you're getting recognition because of it, right? Yeah, look, we have the 3 of Wands here in the reverse, and we have the, look, and the star, the House of God and the star. Yeah, so they're saying that while you're glowing up, right? So this could be split in two, but there's this energy coming through where you're glowing up. You had to get knocked way down to the bottom of the rung, right? And you were manipulated by people in regards to your life, your world, whatever it was that you wanted, your hopes and your dreams. And there's this gossip about you right now where they're saying that you don't want to face reality because of that. And so you've changed. You're now taking time away from people. You're now no longer putting energy into people. And I feel like the people who are gossiping about you right now are the ones that are not having access to your energy the way that they used to. They're saying that you're stubborn and that you don't want to change, but that you have regained balance after something really terrifying or tragic has happened to you in your life. Right? Like you have overcome that, but that you don't want to face reality that the only way to make a stable income is by doing what I tell you to do or doing what I'm making other people can, like, I don't know why, but this energy that's coming through with the 3 of Wands in the reverse is saying that, like, there's a person here who tells everybody that while you may do something that's unorthodox for work, that you're not being, like, either they're taking accountability for supporting you, or they're taking credit for supporting you, or they're making it seem like you're never going to get finances. And so there's like this energy coming in where it's like you may have been told by other people who have been offering you positions, or like, hey, I know where you can go and work. And you're like, what the heck is this all coming in? Like, what is this? And it's like because someone over here is trying to manipulate everyone outside of you to convince you to do something that this person wants you to do. And yet I do feel like there's a lot of people here who feel that you're in a place of stability, that you're actually making money, you're working with clients, you're working with people, you're getting sales, whatever it is, that you're the one that changed. You had to change, right? You had to deal with your own reality and let go of what wasn't yours to carry, which I feel like is this Three of Wands energy. You realize that's not yours to carry, even though there may have been a point in time when you were carrying it. And so they're saying right now that you are gaining recognition. We saw that with the 10th house over here. You're gaining recognition. You're gaining finances. But what it is they feel like you show up to your original life, like everything in your reality, in a very immature way. Like you're not taking it seriously, or you're not taking other people seriously right now. And so the gossip on you right now is that pile 1 has gained clarity on their journey. Pile 1 has learned what works for them so that they can make money, but they don't want to deal with anybody that they need to from a mature way. They're basically saying that you have no mind about you right now to handle those that at one point you were willing to handle. And I feel like when I say handle, like understanding it's not about you taking charge of the situation. It's just, it feels like energy. You stopped giving your energy to the people who don't matter in your life right now. You stop giving energy to people who just want to take from you, right? So they think that you're confusing. They think that you sometimes can be sloppy, that you have self-defeat, and that self-sabotage was coming through while I was shuffling quite a bit as well. So that you can self-sabotage yourself even though you're in a strong position. You're focusing on the main objective here. You're really focusing on it. And it's like realizing that you're taking a winning move, even if the people who know you don't trust what it is that you're doing. So people are talking about how you're taking a winning move. So there does feel like there's two energies here. There's people who are cheering for you, and there's also people who are like, don't really want to see you do that good, right? And the thing is that you have given up what's over. You're getting over past energies here. You're letting them go. And I feel like those are the ones that are saying, like, you don't want to deal with reality. You are your own worst enemy. Like, you've given up your support system. You're the one who is basically floundering in life. And then there's all these other people who are like, wow, I'm so glad that you've taken the journey that you've taken, because you're being seen as a leader. You're being seen as someone who's stable. You're being seen as someone who is in control of not only your finances, but just of the material realm and what it is that you're manifesting. So there's definitely two energies coming in here. But let's get some oracles out here. Like I said at the beginning, if you didn't catch the intro, today's reading is not going to be super long. Just have time constraints right now, but don't worry. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that you've been through a lot of challenges. Like, they're acknowledging how much challenge you have experienced, how much you've overcome. And that's the people who, and remember, gossip is not always backstabbing, right? Like, sometimes people are really saying good things about us. And then I do feel like you have family or friends, close friends with the house 4 here, cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. I feel like you have family, which is interesting that it came out over here, that's saying that you're doing the wrong thing. You're not taking time to consider what steps you're making. Like, you don't know how to work in the industry that you've chosen, or you don't know how to make a stable income in the place that you are at. But what also is happening is you're learning to embody your own truth and to really express yourself. What's the gossip on pile number 1 right now, Source? And don't worry, I'll make some longer readings soon. I just wanted to get a reading out for you today. Yeah, you're being extremely authentic here. So there's a group here that think that you're not exerting your power of will. And then there's also a group here that think that you're extremely authentic. And so what they're talking about, let's talk about the ones that think you're authentic. They think that you're inspirational, that you're someone that motivates them to do better, that they want to show up and be able to overcome the hardships that they've been in their own life. And then we have family, again, with Orca songlines on the bottom. And I feel like your family is saying that you're doing things so separate or different from what the family is that it's almost like they can't wait to see you fail, but you're actually succeeding and they know nothing about it. And I feel like the reason they know nothing about it is because you haven't said anything. Why would you tell people who don't want to see you succeed? Like, why would you be like, oh, hey, I'm succeeding, when you know that these people don't want to see you succeed? Yeah, believe in yourself. You've had to believe in yourself. And I feel like there's this group over here that are saying, like, I'm so glad that pile number 1 believes in themselves because it gives me an opportunity to do the same. Magic works through you. So there's a group of people talking about how you're manifesting in real time. And you see clearly now. And I feel like you see that your family was the ones that never wanted you to succeed in the first place. Isn't that interesting? We have 52, which is 7 in numerology, and we have 43, which is 7 in numerology as well. 7 is a very spiritual number. You have let go of the past. You're coming into a very fortunate future, but you chose to change what it was that you were doing. You chose to change how it was that you were showing up. Okay, let's grab a shadow aspect and we'll grab an angel card. What's the shadow aspect here? Whoa, that is way too many. I'll take the first one that came out. On the bottom, struggle. You feel like you aren't being supported. If it's not a team effort, it's best to stand alone. And I feel like this has to do with your family. Then we have childish. Someone has to be adult in the room. Maybe the term should be grow up or get out. This is what your family's been saying about you, is like you should grow up. You should get out, like you need to figure it out. And it's like they're forcing you into a situation. They think they're forcing you into a situation to do exactly what they want you to do. But you're the one that has been in this situation for a long time, not feeling supported, not feeling like they care about you, not feeling like, they were there to stand up for you. And so you're in a position now where you're really just moving on, right? Let's get an angel message here for pile number 1, the gossip on them right now. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding forward. And I feel like this is what they're saying. Don't tell your family anything. Like, even if all of a sudden you do really succeed, like, it's like if you have been struggling to make money in your own business. Okay, this is just an example that they're showing me. If you've been struggling to make money in your own business and they've been helping you so that you can get to this position where you can support yourself, and then suddenly you're starting to make money and just say that you made a little bit of money, like they're saying don't say anything to your family, because now your family's going to be like, oh, so where are you going to pay me back? Where's the money at? What's going on? I thought you said you were making money. Because they're telling everybody behind closed doors or wherever it is away from you, they're sure making it seem like they're the only ones that are supporting you, that you're not giving anything into this, that you're just lazy and showing up as a lazy person. And that's what it feels like family. Okay, again, I'm getting that it does feel like family. This could be coworkers too. But I feel like when you're at work or in your work setting, the people that you're surrounding yourself with at work right now, they're people who appreciate the hard work that you're putting in. And they appreciate the struggles that you've gone through. And I feel like they are aware of you healing from things that you're not even talking about right now. Yeah, we have Xana on the bottom. With you're protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. Know that you've asked the angels for help. Be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. Yeah, so you're in a place right now where Source is trying to bring you help and assistance in the long run. And so this does feel like two separate energies coming in, where there are people who are saying good things about you, but then there are people who are close to home that are very much in a negative light when it comes to you, feeling like you need to grow up, feeling like you need to get out of this belief that you're going to somehow make money doing this unorthodox thing, whatever it is, right? And it could even be you're working for a company and they just don't believe in the company. Do you see? So it's really, they feel like they're the only ones that know how to make money. They're the only ones that know how to create a stable life. They're the only ones that can do it right. And they know how to live your life better than you do. That's really unfair. Let's see what your card was. Yeah, rebirth. And then we have with the nameless, or what you might know as the death card, coming out here. So I do feel like you're going to see a lot of income coming in around the spring equinox, or when spring begins. Like, you're going to see things heading up and looking up for you. But this is also saying that you've let go of old cycles and you've come into a place of rebirth, and you're coming into a place of letting go of those people who don't have your best interest in heart. And so it's hard, and it's hard when it's close to home, but you're making strides when it comes to your work. You're making strides when it comes to your day-to-day life right now, because you know the challenge and you're not afraid to face the challenge. And just know that that's something to be so proud of, pile one. Okay, so this is what I see for you. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a little bunny emoji down below and say, I'm willing to face the challenge so that I can become who I'm meant to become. And leave me a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, pile number one, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this piece of green aventurine, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be a reading on what is the gossip on you at this time. First, I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to support this channel and be a part of this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this space and this time with you. And if you are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we are all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space for you to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all the links below in the description box necessary to do so. You may email me for a personal reading and I'll get you out further information from there. You may also follow me on over to my podcast as Scatter Love Radio, which is a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I do hope to see you there. And memberships are now live, so if you're interested in becoming a member of the channel, there's a join button down below next to where the subscribe button is or used to be. And when you click on that, it'll show you the 3 levels I have available, as well as the options that come with each level. 1 second, please. Yeah, so I do hope to see you over there on the membership side, but if not, thank you for your continued support here on the channel and being a part of this journey with me. So let's get into it. We're going to ask the dice today for information about you, so you know this is your reading. And then we'll get into the gossip with the cards. So Source, can you please tell us about pile number 2 so that they know that this is their reading? What can you tell us about pile number 2 so that they know that this is their reading, Source? What messages can you give us about pile number 2 so they know that this reading is for them? Okay, so we have the first house, we have Pisces energy, and we have Pluto. So you're in a very transformative time about how you express yourself to the world, right? Not just to the people you know, but just every day, right? You have come into this place of healing yourself and no longer feeling shameful or guilty about who you are. And it has put you in a very intimidating position, because now people cannot tell you those. I keep hearing like maybe you've gotten side-handed comments before in your life, like where people have tried to break you down just by telling you side-handed comments about you or about something that's going on around you that involves you. And you're just like, whatever, that's your problem. That's not my problem. I don't have to deal with that. And you're just very expressive right now. You're very honest and very open with yourself, and being honest with yourself and how you're showing up in this here now here moment for you, right? And you're listening to your intuition, and you're realizing your intuition is telling you exactly where you need to go, exactly what you need to do, exactly how you need to show up. And through that, you're just not even questioning it anymore. You're like, look, my intuition has shown me time and time again that it knows what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's where I'm going to go. And right now, at this here, now, here moment, you might be experiencing a lot of exhaustion, a lot of heavy energy, a lot of sadness, a lot of depression. And it feels like the reason being is because you're about to go through a spiritual awakening or an ascension process. Remembering that it happens many times on our journey, right? We're always learning, we're always growing. There is no end game, basically. We'll be growing and learning until the day that we die. And so that's exactly what's going on right now. You're in a very transitional period where you're coming up from where you were before. Right? And it's not like where you were before wasn't good. It was good. It's just you've learned more, you've understood more, you've come into a time of greater wisdom and greater knowledge, more clarity, more love towards yourself, which gives you more love towards others. So, Source, what are people gossiping about? Pile number 2. What is the gossip on pile number 2, Source? What is the gossip on pile number 2? There's this energy coming through where you're very committed to what it is that you're doing, but there are people who are trying to be really nosy in regards to your personal business. Like they want to know everything about your personal business and hoping that you're going to share it with them. What is the gossip on pile number 2, Source? What is the gossip on pile number 2? Okay, thank you. What is the gossip on pile number 2, Source? What is the gossip on pile number 2? What is the gossip on pile number 2, Source? Thank you. What is the gossip on pile number 2, Source? What is the gossip? Thank you. Okay. What is the gossip on pile number 2, Source? All right, thank you. And on the bottom of the deck, yes, we have Temperance in the upright. I love this for you. There are people who are seeing how much you've healed. Right? We see that in the dice, but they're saying how much you've healed. They're saying how much you've changed from even just like a couple of weeks ago or a month ago. Like how much more balanced you are, how much more in sync with your intuition you are. Yeah. Love how Source is clarifying. The gossip is actually about what came out in the dice, but that's where you're noticing this too, right? Like you're noticing this, and because you're noticing it, people are noticing it as well. Okay, so we've got the Nameless card in the reverse, the 9 of Swords in the reverse, and the Star. So I feel like, again, this is two people or two groups of people coming in, but it could be one person saying like very contradictory things about you as well. But you do have this energy about you where people are gossiping about how much you've grown up. Like you had a huge glow up recently. Like you care about how you look. You care about how you're being presented. But above all of that, you're really caring about how a situation feels. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this because this is really negative. I don't want to deal with this because this is something that's not in resonance with my soul. It's not in alignment with my journey. And so therefore, I'm not going to spend time trying to figure out how to balance out my own energy so that I can invite this in, because I'd just rather not invite it in. And they're saying as well that you are refusing to let go of the past. Like you're stuck in a position where you're just like refusing to let go of that which needs to be let go of, right? Not letting something die, in other words, and not seeing the red flags, right? Like that you are someone that has temporary difficulties, and when things are changing, that you are realizing a painful truth, and that you're mourning over something that has happened, a loss that has happened, whether that's losing someone or something. I feel like this is like loss of a self, right? Like I feel like you're having an egoic death right now and you're mourning the loss of that egoic death. Of course we do. That's why it's called an egoic death, because it's when you feel it and you lose it, you mourn it, you know? And they're saying that you're losing to a stronger opponent, that someone is stronger than you are here. And that's why you're not paying attention to the red flags, that you're not opening up to that. And they think that there's someone out there who has it over you, that you're imperfect and that you're not prepared for the challenges that are ahead, that are facing you. And then there's others who are saying like you're in this very strong place, like you're not letting people get the best of you. You're not letting the negativity get you down. So there's definitely people who are trying to get you to switch up what it is that you're doing. And that's just, I feel like here it's talking about expressing yourself, right? You're showing yourself as you are, and you're accepting all of who you are. And you're not worried about that. And there's a lot of people who appreciate your purity and your honesty here, and how open you are in expressing yourself. That your intuitive guidance is so clear that it helps others find a way to connect with the mystery within them as well. Right? And there's always going to be people who want to see us fail, and that's unfortunate. I wish I could be up here and say, oh, everybody always wants to see you succeed. No. You're learning how to make the impossible seem possible, and it's slow, and you're taking time to persevere and find your self-improvement, and having patience on the journey is so necessary, and you're embodying that. And so there's people here who are gossiping about how patient you are, how they know that you've worked hard to get to where you are. And then there are people here who are gossiping about how they really feel like you're just stuck in time somewhere and stuck in a delusion that you're not allowing yourself to really move beyond that. And we see here that there are a lot of people who are benefiting from your intuitive insight with the Popess here, right? There's a lot of people who are benefiting from that. So maybe you are in a position where you're actually able to express your creativity through your intuitive notions, or you are just genuinely someone who helps others without even thinking twice about it, you know? But I feel like right here, there is this energy coming in where you're just like, I'm done with the people of the past. Like, I'm really closing that chapter. But you're seeing that it has really helped you come into this balanced state. And there is a chip on your shoulder. There's either a person or a group of people in your energy that you realize are a chip on your shoulder, and you're trying to let them go. And sometimes we can't just walk away. Right? We don't always have the luxury to just up and leave a situation. Hold on, I'm going to move the camera just a tad. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps moving back that way, but whatever. So, yeah, it's like, and I feel like that's a thing too that could be very symbolic to the journey, is just this very slow shift into the future. It's very slow moving. And so you have people who are gossiping on what they see with their eyes right now, right? And what they're hearing from others. Oh, pile 2 is not doing that good. Like, pile 2 is not getting as far ahead as they thought they were. Pile 2 doesn't have it as good as they thought they had it, right? And through that, they're trying to fill in the blanks here. By saying you don't want to let go of the past. Like, you're still doing something that they would have given up on a long, long time ago. But because you're not giving up on it and you're still making progress, you're going to make progress, right? A lot of people give up before they even get started. And that's the people gossiping about you right now, saying that you should have let this go. This is a similar message like what we had in pile number 1. So we have house 4 coming out with cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort, and flipped over right over the nameless card here, or the 13. And this is just saying, like, I do feel like this is confirmation that those people that are talking about you in that negative way could be people that are close to you, people that are home. people that are from your home. And then we have, yeah, Mars, move forward and defend self. But you've learned how to defend yourself from them. Like, you know, it's just noise at this point. Like, it's just white noise in the distance. Like, maybe at one point in your life, you listened to what it was that they had to say, and then you realized you just ended up miserable when you were taking their advice. And now you're just like, go ahead, keep giving your advice to an empty brick wall, because I'm not going to be taking it. I'm just not going to be taking it. Yeah, we have opposition, imbalance, a point of tension, and a power struggle. So this is why, because they see you coming up into a very powerful time in your life, and that makes them feel less than. So let's get Source. What else would you like to say here? Yeah, you're walking in your soul's purpose here. So whatever it is that you've chosen to do or spend your free time on, you know, and it doesn't have to be anything glamorous. It could even just be like art or, I don't know, paper mache or something like that, right? Like, it doesn't have to be super glamorous, but you're walking in your soul's purpose here with the butterfly on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, and people are talking about how kind you are, how you've helped them embrace a part of their shadow side, and that's been very helpful for their journey. And then we have sacrifice here. And I feel like that's the thing. Like, they're saying, there's people here that are also saying that you're too stubborn. You don't want to sacrifice the idea that you have. You don't want to sacrifice your dream. Right? It's like, there's a line in this song, and it talks about how everybody's a dreamer until they wake up. And I feel like that's such a, it's interesting that they're showing me that line. And it's, what's the name of that song? Find Your Long Way Home, I think is the name. Some of us gotta take the long way home. Yeah, it's like, the thing is that it's interesting because that line is meant to be encouragement, but they're showing me that line is that's basically like what some of these people are gossiping about, is like, you're just a dreamer and you don't want to wake up. And then there are other people who are like, I'm so glad that pile number 2 kept dreaming their dream, because now they're doing it and they're showing me that I can do the same thing. So we have very similar messages today, very similar cards that came out, but that's okay. I just feel like the main thing here for you, pile number 2, is that you have learned how to defend yourself, and that in itself is what has created a lot of this tension with someone close to you or a group of people close to you, is because you now have boundaries that before you did not have. Is that 1 or 2? Okay, let's get another one. And that's what they're gossiping about, is like, they're trying to tell, yeah, they're trying to tell people that you're somehow in the wrong because you now have boundaries that no longer pertain to their agenda, right? We have overcoming obstacles here with Rhinoceros with number 5. This has been very difficult for you to let go of, right? But see, again, we have this pointing towards your intuition is taking over. Like, you're realizing what's for you and what's not for you. Why would you hang out with something that's not for you? Yeah, time to collaborate. And the pieces have been laid out, but they're not fitting together anymore with these people from the past, right? And so there is a group of people here who see you overcoming. They see the sacrifices you made. They see how kind you are. They see how excitable you are, how exuberant you are, and how you've just grown up. Like, you're just in a different area than most people because you keep showing up. You do the hard things, right? Think on your feet. Yeah, you've had to think on your feet. I feel like you become very witty and clever because of the people in your life that you know aren't for you. Let's get an angel card out, please. May I please have an angel card for pile number 2? What's the gossip on pile number 2 right now? Fiona. Yeah, this is interesting. Now that you've asked your angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. So I feel like you're definitely receiving help, and people are noticing this, okay? But there's still the people who are always going to be skeptical about sources' help, right? There are always going to be the non-believers, if you will, people who don't practice faith, people who don't have a solid faith in the journey, and they don't understand the magical things that are happening to you. They think that it's somehow you have tricked the system, and, you know, it's not fair. But what is fair? It's faith, right? Yeah, this is so crazy. These both came out in pile number 1. So you could be here from pile 1. There might be messages in pile 1 for you as well. You're not obligated to watch it by any means, but if you are here from pile 1, thank you. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. Yeah, that's just saying, like, you know, there's no need to even impress these people. There isn't. All you got to do is keep doing you, because the people who are meant for you are naturally gravitating towards you. You don't have to do anything. They're just already gravitating towards you. We're going to check out the shadow aspect of this. Flighty. Not knowing what they're going to do next causes you anxiety. Find love you can count on. I feel like this is it. You have some people in your energy that have been very manipulative. Like, they show up when they can get something. They show up when they feel like their needs are being fulfilled. But the minute that you choose yourself and the minute that you stop choosing them, they really don't want to give back to you. Like, they become this very wishy-washy energy. They leave, they don't want to talk to you, they ghost you, whatever it is, and it leaves you wondering, you're like, what the heck? Like, you were really nice to me when you were getting something. But I also feel like you're intuitively waking up to exactly what that is. And on the bottom, I'm not surprised that this came out. Grieving. It didn't work out the way you imagined. Feel the loss so you can rebuild the dreams. And that's what you're doing. You're learning how to grieve the loss of. And wasn't I talking about that earlier? Like, the egoic death. There's a loss that you're grieving here. And then we had grieving come out on the bottom in the shadow aspect. So let me move this over. Okay, and then let's take a look at your card that you chose. Yeah, movement. Yeah, you're moving on. Like, you have faith that whatever is around the bend is something that's meant for you and something that's good, like all good things. And there's a lot of people here who can't see that far ahead. Like, they want to know exactly what's next. And because you don't need to know exactly what's next, you're okay with moving on and outside of what's not for you. But there are people here who are talking about that you just have blind faith for no good reason. And really, ultimately, pile number 2, it is for good reason, because you're bringing in your dreams. You're about to manifest your dreams here. There's definitely a very high vibration that's coming through here where you're growing spiritually and letting go of what no longer serves you. Okay, so this is what I see for you here. If you feel like this is your reading, leave the little third eye emoji down below and say, I grieve from the past situations that didn't work out, and I set myself free. And leave me a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I did want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guide, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming through to give us this message. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of crystal quartz, or if you were drawn to this card during this shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on what's the gossip on you right now. First thing, I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to support this channel and be a part of this ever-growing tribe. I'm so honored to have you here. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we are all here sharing this human experience. And that this is a safe space for you to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And keep in mind, these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing down below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all the links necessary below in the description box, where you can email me for personal reading, and I'll get you out further information from there. You may also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I do hope to see you there. Memberships are now live, so if you're wanting to join the members part of this page, there's a join button down below next to where the subscribe button is or used to be. When you click on that, it'll show you the 3 levels I have available, as well as the options that come with each level. So I do hope to see you over there, and if not, thank you for your continued support here. I truly do appreciate you. So today we are going to use the dice to get more information about you. And then we'll get what the gossip is with the cards, okay? And that's just so you know that this is your pile, okay? So for pile number 3, Source, what can you tell us about pile number 3 so that they know that this is their reading, Source? What can you tell us about pile number 3 so that they know that this is their reading? What messages do you have for us so that pile number 3 knows that this is their reading, Source? Okay, so we've got 11th house, Cancer, and Uranus energy. So you're absolutely connecting now with more and more people that are meant to be with you on the journey. You may have had or will have a sudden progression in your life overall. And that could be with work, that could be with your spiritual journey, that could be personally in your home. But it does feel like there's something that's about to suddenly progress here. You're a very loyal person. You're a very nurturing and giving person. Very motherly by nature. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or what you identify with. You're just very loving. And you love to give love. And you love to receive love too. But it's not as much as you love to give love, right? You're just a very kind person. And you are very capable of connecting with those that are meant to be with you on your journey. I feel like it'd been very difficult for you for a time, and now you're coming into a space where you are connecting more with people who are meant to be there for you. This could be over some form of a platform like social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is, but I do feel like you're calling in people online, especially with Uranus energy. It's very unorthodox when we call people in. This is not like your general meet and greet type of energy. And also, you could be someone that's an inventor, a scientist, a builder, and you're meeting people out on the job, like and you have to work in certain areas and you're meeting people. So right now there's been some sort of sudden progression in how you're meeting people or how people are coming to you. And you're able to give more love than you ever have before. And I feel like that's something that makes you just feel so fulfilled. Like, oh my gosh, I'm of service to humanity because I'm passing my love out to people. And I know that it's changing the world. And I feel like for you, Pile 3, it was never about who received your love. It was always about the act of giving. Like, that was something that just really made you feel whole and complete. And so by nature, you're just this very generous, loving, kind-hearted person. I love this energy already. Thank you for being here, Pile 3. All right, let's get the tarot out. Let's see what the tarot says about the gossiping, what messages are going to come through. So Source, for pile number 3, what is the gossip on pile number 3 right now, Source? What is the gossip on pile number 3 right now? What is the gossip on pile number 3 right now, Source? What is the gossip on pile number 3 right now? Okay, thank you. What is the gossip on pile number 3 right now? Yeah, that you're so loving. Like, and I feel like a lot of people think that you're trying to be romantic, but you're really not. Like, you're just out there giving love. And sometimes people take it the wrong way, right? Like, when you have a bubbly character, people think you're flirty, but you're not. You're just bubbly. And people are like, oh, no, they're flirty. And you're like, no, I'm just bubbly. Like, I'm actually not flirting. Like, you'll know when I'm flirting, right? And I feel like that's the way you're right now. It's like, no, I'm not trying to be romantic. Like, you'll know when I'm trying to be romantic. Source, what is the gossip on pile number 3 right now? All right, well, I'll take it. We'll clarify with that one. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. Like, this is just so profound, right? Like, you're just very much in this place of loving yourself, honoring yourself, caring about yourself. And because you love and honor and care about yourself, you're giving this love to others in a very unique way. And it's very loud, right? Even if it's very soft love that you're giving, like, it's very loud because no one loves like this. Like, to find someone that's a very loving, kind, caring person that also loves themselves, that's the key, right? Because you're not coming from a wound, you're coming from a place of sincere love. And so that's something that people are gossiping about, is how much you love. All right, so we have the Nine of Wands. We have the Eight of Coins in the reverse. This is interesting already. Yep, we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse, clarified by the Hangman in the reverse. This is interesting. So, and I just want to point out, and I didn't on the other piles, but I do feel like it's something that I need to point out, because remember, we're connecting with other people and what they're saying about you, and that's no way, shape, or form the truth of you, okay? But I am curious. Okay. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So family's been making an appearance across the whole reading. And so I feel like most people are getting gossiped about by those that are in their closest circles. So it could be coworkers. Okay, just understanding that it could be coworkers. But we do have the family card here. And we have the Four of Swords here, showing that you've been feeling really stuck in a situation. This is a thing. What people are saying about you, what people are gossiping about you, is that you're not working hard. You're not doing what you need to do in order to be successful, that you think you're very conceited and that you're just going to somehow magically manifest what it is that you want, that you're very uncomfortable in the position that you're in, but you're okay with taking advantage of where you're at, that you are someone that's had to start over, but starting over didn't make you a better person. Like, this is really trippy, because we see here that you're connecting with people who really do adore you, people who are really grateful that you exist, people who are really happy that you are who you are. But this is your tribe, and then you have this energy here, and I feel like this is energy that's trying to hold on to you tooth and nail, to not let you go. Why? Because they're not getting this. They're not getting this anymore. Right? You've come into connection, and I love the Ace of Cups in the Tarot Marseille, because it really does talk about self-love. Like, when you look at the card, it looks like a cathedral, right? And this talks about being able to connect with our higher self and with the divine. And through that connection with the divine, we get poured into by the divine, which therefore we get to pour into ourselves and feel the depth of how we're feeling. Okay? So you have a lot of people who do talk about how loving you are, but then you have people here who are talking about how you are taking advantage of some sort of situation, being very conceited, very secretive, you're very twisted on how you see the world around you. Okay? And remember, oftentimes we'll get told that, or we'll get people who think that because they're seeing from the old paradigm, and you've already started to shift the old paradigm in your life, and that makes people uncomfortable too. And so there's this energy of saying, like, well, you had to start over. So they're acknowledging and they're telling people that you started over. But when you started over, it's almost like you decided that starting over was a way for you to not work anymore. Like, you starting over was a reason for you to not work hard, to not do what everyone else does, for you to, you're not conforming to societal construct anymore. And that makes them uncomfortable. And they don't like that. Okay? And it's like you've been interrupted on what it was that you've done. So it's like, I feel like if you've had to start things over and over again. So like, here's the thing, like, say you're in a position, right? And you're trying to get a management position, and it's like every time you apply, you never get selected. Well, every time you apply, that's like starting over again, right? And so it's like you're starting over again. And they're just saying, like, you just have this twisted view on the fact that you're ever actually going to succeed at doing it, because you've been trying to show people your misguided views, and that you're insisting on the wrong direction. Wow, that you're losing touch with the ground. Like you don't have your head or your feet on the ground, that you have your head so far up in the clouds that you can't tell whether you're facing up or down. They're really trying. They're really trying to make you look bad. I just want you to know this. That you are so much in this place of playing the victim that you're unable to act and to get out of the trauma that you've experienced in your life. And that you think that this is normal. So it's like if you're someone that's very spiritual and you're trying the spiritual journey and it's starting to work for you, and it has been for a while because it's making you feel more whole. And this is someone who's coming in who's very rigid and left-brained, I think, or right, is it right brain? Left brain? Anyways, you know what I mean? Someone who's very rigid and cynical, like they don't see your point of view. They can't. There's no way they can open up to it. And so they feel like you're living in an imaginary reality where you're actually going to succeed at what it is that you're doing. They think that there's no way that you're ever going to succeed. Okay? That you just took your trauma and used it as a reason to stay stagnant. Oh, this is not a very good energy. I don't like this energy at all. I mean, the other ones weren't all that positive either, but at least there was like they like split it up into two groups. But for you, pile 3, like I feel like you're very much alone a lot of the times, and I feel like you don't really have a lot of friends or people around you that can really appreciate you for you and the amount of work that you've put out there. And so this is just like a really strong energy. It could be a Pisces, an Aquarius, a Virgo, or Sag. Could be a Scorpio or Cancer, a Libra. Pisces energy is very heavy. This could be a Pisces in your energy. Okay. Let's see what we have on the bottom. Yeah, we have Trine. Okay, angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. This is like basically a message from Source saying, I see you being faithful. I see you trusting in this process. Even if you can't see it with your own eyes, you feel it in your heart. Yeah, so opposition came out. We have imbalance, a point of tension, and a power struggle. Someone here is losing power over you. And so they're trying to paint a very colorful picture of you to other people who don't know you, in hopes that they'll be seen as like the savior or the good guy or the, you know, oh my gosh, like if it weren't for you, what would be for pile 3? And it's not that you're not thankful for the help that you've received. It's just that you also know that your journey is yours and that this was all a part of the greater plan, is where you're at right now. Could be a Taurus, but we do have trust, patience, and sensuality. And I feel like this is your energy. You're trusting in the process. Okay, you're trusting what's next. You're trusting what's to come, knowing that sometimes it's not going to happen overnight. And I feel like this person or these people, if this is family, they expected you to become some big famous and successful person overnight. And you're over there like, that's completely unrealistic. Like, you're telling me that I'm living in an imaginary reality, but you really think that people become successful overnight? That's not how this works. You know? Yeah, you intuitively know who this is too, with Peregrine Falcon and observation on the bottom. Like, you've been observing this. I keep hearing from the outside looking in. No. So we have the Ancestors card here with Polar Bear. This, to me, again, is confirmation that this is family that's gossiping about you. People who are close. Whoa, Zoe. She just moved my whole table. Okay, and we have number 26, which is 8. 8's all about clearing out karmic cycles, right? So this is karma that you're clearing out from your energy. And I feel like ancestors that have passed on are trying to help you from this. This person ices you out. Like, when they don't get their way, or when they feel like you're ignoring them, or when they feel like you're not giving them their love, that they feel like they rightfully deserve, this is someone who can go ice cold in like a second. They might ghost you. They might be silent, give you silent treatment. They could just be very forthright and unbecoming. Like, this is someone that really just, they want their way or it's the highway. And if they don't get their way, they're going to make sure that everybody knows what they want everybody to know about you. Oh, and look at this energy. Like, this is just like next level. And this is you. I'm at peace with who I am. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not trying to be someone that I'm not. I'm not trying to impress people. I'm just trying to be who I'm meant to be and let myself experience life. And that's also what makes them feel like they're in a power struggle with you, because you're gaining. Like, I feel like if this person sees you out and about with others and they see how you give your love to others, how you pay attention to others, it really triggers this person a lot. And so they do their best to make you feel belittled and insignificant, because they feel like if they make you insignificant or make you feel that way, that you're going to come running. But you've lived this for too long. You're well aware of how this person is. You're well aware of how they're acting, and you're like, nope, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to play this game anymore. And you don't. And this person has been fighting to find a way to bring you back. We have lay a solid foundation with Beaver. And then we have set healthy boundaries. So you're laying solid boundaries. Like, your foundation is growing when it comes to how you're setting boundaries. And like, you have 6 and 3 is half of 6. And so it's like part of your journey was getting to that place where you felt comfortable setting boundaries with those that were closest to you. And now you're just in this place of where it's like, no, my boundaries are not, you're not going to cross them. We're not going to go down that road here. That's not what's going to happen. You know, you're in that in-between space right now with number 26. Again, number 8, you're healing those karmic wounds. So you could be seeing 26 a lot. You could be 26 years old. You could be 62. But it's like you're in that in-between energy right now where it's just like, it may seem like nothing's happening, but you know that the tides are about to shift. Okay? And it's almost like a part of you wanted to at one point like prove this person wrong, but now I just feel like your peace is far more important to you than proving this person wrong, or these people. I keep saying this person because it does feel like one person, but it could be a group of people. Okay, so let's get a shadow aspect for this reading source. Maybe please have a shadow aspect for pile number 3. Okay, thank you. Facing it. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You know something isn't right. Don't be afraid to find out the truth. It will set you free. And you've learned that facing it has come from setting healthy boundaries. On the bottom, look, this is interesting because this is what I say. Tempted, you were considering going astray. Why not just opt out? It will be better in the long run. It's like you're in this place where you're like, oh, if I could just show this person that what I'm doing matters, then maybe they would just shut up. And that's what Source is saying. Like, nothing you can do will ever impress this person. Like, even if you became the next overnight billionaire and everybody said your name and you were on TV and you showed up and you had everything that you ever wanted, you were able to support yourself, your life, whatever it is, you were able to support your whole family, there would still be something wrong, because that's exactly what this person does. They look for everything that is wrong, because nothing to them is right unless it was them that was in your shoes, and then they would want everybody to love them. They would want everybody to praise them. But because it's you, and you're not giving them the love that they want. Again, this could be someone who has very narcissistic tendencies. They could be a narcissist, but I'm not here to diagnose. I'm just saying that's a very narcissistic tendency, right? When it's like, it's all about me, 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 and you don't matter. And that's the type of energy that this person has. So let's take a look at your card and see what it is. Yeah. Emergence. I'm not surprised this came out at all. I love this card for you. You're emerging. You were laying dormant for a while. I feel like for a long time you were in an energy of like not being able to face this part of yourself, especially for those that are closest to you. And now you're just like, I'm tired of it. It's like you got to a point where you were sick and tired of being treated a certain way, and now you're letting yourself experience freedom by facing it and setting solid boundaries. Like, no, we're not going to play this game anymore because it's not a game. My life is not a game. My worth, it's not a game. My value, it's not a game. These are very serious things, and I take them very seriously. And if you don't, then there's the door. Don't let it hit you in the rear on the way out, right? And that's it. And so you're coming up into a very powerful place where you're facing the fears that you once had, and that is bringing you closer to your soul tribe. And I feel like you're beginning to see hints of your soul tribe everywhere you go, like people who think the same way you do, people who see the same things that you do, people who talk similar conversations like what you do. And it's making you feel more and more at home and at peace within yourself. So this is what I see for you, pile number 3. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a little rose emoji down below and say, I lay a solid foundation in healthy boundaries so that I can emerge as my true self. Leave me a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, pile number 3, stay human. Bye.